Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I post fragrance related content and would very much appreciate you joining this channel by subscribing and becoming part of the family. It costs absolutely nothing, guys, but helps with the growth of this channel. Now, to those who are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I have the Badee Al Oud fragrances in front of me here, except for one. And I'm going to give you especially a detailed review on Badee Al Oud Noble Blush. I am calling it Badee Al Oud because when I went into the Lattafa shop, I was looking for this fragrance and I said, I'm looking for Badee Al Oud Noble Blush. And they just looked at me and they said, what? And then I pointed at Oud for Glory, the black one, and they said, oh, Badee Al Oud. No, we don't have the Noble Blush. So that's how I figured it's actually called Badee Al Oud, right? So I'm going to spray my Noble Blush on a piece of paper and let it dry while I tell you why I let go of the Oud for Glory. Now, Oud for Glory, the only one missing here, I let go, guys, because that one was too aromatic for me, too spicy for me, smoky, incensey, woody, oudy, that sort of thing with a little bit of some sweetness. There was a lot of push and pull in that fragrance. Nice fragrance overally, but it was just not for me. So I didn't want to force the relationship, so I let that one go. Now on to this one, which is the star of the show today, in as much as I'm going to give you my thoughts on the other one. Noble Blush looks like this. Mine's cap was not defective. It actually came soaked there. It was leaking. So do take note that some of them are going to be maybe defective because this was bought off the Lattafa website and the cap is like this. So if yours is leaking, well, it happens. What I like about it is the juice was not disturbed, or at least the juice is fine for me. But caution, I mean, if it can melt the cap like this, maybe try not to spray it on your clothes. One more spray again, in as much as we have sprayed this, and then I'll get into it, right? Now, the name Noble Blush is befitting. What I get here is a powdery, soft, musky, makeup-y style of a fragrance with one key note doing the most. This key note is that of rose milk. You have to love the rose milk because that's what's going to hold on from start to finish, adding a milky, creamy weight to everything. So basically what happens here is the rose is there from start to finish, but the rose feels as though it's on a creamy bed, you know, like on an electronic bed. The rose is a little bit muffled. It doesn't come in its greenness, nor does it come in its intensity. It is fused with that milky nuance, making it bounce off as luxurious, making it bounce off as feminine, if you know what I mean. So this becomes a delicate floral because of that rose milk, and that dose is quite generous in there, wrapping up everything. However, it's not only about just the rose milk. There is that added note of sandalwood, but the sandalwood as well adds a milky weight because it's a milky sandalwood. And then they've gone on to put the meringue note. And how the meringue note interprets in this mental shortcut is, if you had, say, icing sugar, you know, icing sugar as it were, you had it in your hands and you just blew it like that. Wafts of whatever rises up is exactly how the meringue note bounces off in this. It adds a sweet fluffiness to this fragrance. This is a fragrance I find lingering. This is a fragrance whose floralness is going to wrap you up the whole day. It just has this luxurious, soft tease about it where, yes, it's the rose, but the rose is not in its typical form where it gets green or lemony or spiky or that sort of thing. So yes, I love Noble Blush. I just wish fragrances like this would be given a chance to shine before we get more and more and more releases. I remember getting a comment from somebody saying, you haven't given us an extensive review of Noble Blush. And it was only then I thought, yeah, I haven't. Because in actual fact, I had been wearing this and I actually thought I had given the review because these fragrances just keep coming and coming and coming. Okay, so the wrap up of this, of course, is going to include the vanilla. There's going to be a sweetness in this fragrance, but yes, it is a floral and an absolutely gorgeous floral at that. Something that I'll say is a no-brainer for maybe somebody middle-aged although you wear what you want to wear, okay? This is not dated, but I'm just saying middle age, just as an example, that the pink shouldn't make you think, oh, it's a fluffy, like a teen type of pinkish fragrance. That is not what I get. So yes, certainly a nice one from the Badee Al Oud line is Noble. This to me lasts till the next wash. Very present for the first 3 hours or so, then toning down to that makeupy, powdery, lingering thing with an underlying rose, all the way until even the next morning. I can smell wafts of it, though faint, faint in like a powdery feel, but very nice and delicate feeling. So that is what I can say, guys, about Noble Blush from the Badee Al Oud line. The next one is Badee Al Oud Sublime. Okay, I love this one, and this was before the craze, because I remember with Sublime, we actually did get a chance to enjoy this one. All right, this one is a mix of apple, a crisp Granny Smith apple in a lychee that is aquatic, adding like an effervescent fruity feel to it, but it's not like a childish fruity style of scent because of the inclusion of the moss. I think it has moss and patchouli, and that kind of ties everything down, making the fruity feel of this kind of hold up and making it enjoyable. It does feel summer toned to me, may come across as feminine to some because of the sweet feel to it, but if you can get past some of all those notes, the inclusion of the moss and a little bit of some patchouli ties that fruity feel and gives this one longevity. So that is what I can say about this. I cannot fault it. I love it. Wouldn't buy a backup bottle though, because there's so many fragrances coming on the market, but I still have mine and I will use up whatever it is that is left of it, guys. There's a second one on the line. Well, it's the third one, considering that the other one was an honorable mention. Badee Al Oud Sublime. Okay, if you want a full review of it, I do have it. You can check in the description. I'm going to put the full reviews that I did put out of these, fragrances. I'm just encompassing all of them here so that we just get them out of the way in case some of you guys don't want to go back to the old videos. The next up is going to be Honor and Glory. This is complex, right? Complex in the sense that I would say test it, just as I would say test Oud for Glory. I'd say test this. This has yummy notes of creme brulee. It has vanilla, okay? It also has pineapple woods and spices, but it's not your typical gourmand. It is intense, it's rich, but it's the sort of fragrance that, well, maybe now that it's been in production for a while, some of you guys are going to get it when it has macerated. If you are one of those that got it around about the time it was launched, like myself, it was a tricky one where you'd ask yourself, where's the pineapple? Where are all these yummy notes? Because it was just like almost a mishmash of everything. It has fused to become its best, but it's not my favorite, my utmost favorite from this line. It's not because of just how much of a push and pull it is. It is also a fragrance I would recommend for winter because it can be a little bit heady. The pineapple is a little bit smothered there. It's there, but it's a little bit smothered. Or perhaps, let me say, it doesn't interpret the pineapple in maybe the way a lot of people would have a mental shortcut of how pineapple should be pineappling, if you know what I mean. Even the creme brulee there is a little bit of a hit or miss, but yes, it is an intense one. It's long lasting. It's also unisex. It's also beastly. That's why I put it under winter toned. And we also have a full review of this one. It's called Honor and Glory from this line, and it lasts till the next wash. Now, the very last one, guys, is going to be Amethyst. Amethyst is my absolute favorite, guys. This one, you won't believe, has some oud in it, okay? But this is the sort of oud that if you go by the notes off of wherever you get them from and you see the oud, you might actually not even purchase this thinking, oh my God, it's just going to be oudy. I don't care for it. It has a very subtle oud there, and it has some spices there. It has some woods there as well, and it has a very nice refined kind of rose sitting on a latexy bed. I always give a mental shortcut that this has like a latexy rubbery feel to it. A nice sweet rose, sweet feminine rose, powdery rose, even makeupy rose, but with an underlying latexy thing. This is certainly my favorite, followed by Sublime, followed by Blush, If anything happened to my honor and glory, I wouldn't miss it. And of course, the original Badee Al Oud, I let go of. So that's it, guys. When it comes to the Badee Al Oud line, this particular line, those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section which one is your favorite. What do you think of the line in general? Do you think Lattafa always gets it right when it comes to this line? I would love to hear your thoughts. I have told you my favorites, and please drop it in the comment section what your favorites are. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we're going to discuss more about fragrances. Remember to turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.